All right, YouTube, thank you for joining me. July 6th, 2022. I hope you guys had a blessed 4th of July weekend. I hope you had fun celebrating the greatest country in the history of the world. I believe it to be the greatest opportunity that we will see in our lifetime watching America. The fall of an empire, although this will birth a new nation, a new greater opportunity through this transfer of wealth that we now live through, and we are most definitely going to take advantage of it. Today, we're going to give you the current events, crypto update, where's the economy heading, and I don't have any real estate for you today, but we're going to talk gold-backed crypto, and we're going to talk about the Hinman emails as well. As always, if you guys are looking to get in contact with me or support the channel in any way, we don't do any paid promotions, but you can head on over to my website and you can get in contact with me there. I appreciate all of you guys so much for tuning in, and let's get right into it. All right, thank you so much for joining me. Let's get a quick take on the market prices. 20,000 for Bitcoin, 1133 for ETH, and our XRP is at 32 cents. I got tempted to buy some this weekend, but I am going to continue to wait. The full moon is coming in about a week or so, I believe, so we will expect price action to be moving back down here shortly. So up 3.5% today for Bitcoin. I do not believe this will last long, and I do not believe that the market bottom is in. I got a couple things to show you guys later as far as when we could see a market bottom. We'll cover that later. To get started, though, we're going to go over our current events. So just in, UK Finance Minister Rishi Sunak suddenly resigns. That also was paired up with the UK Health Minister resigning as well. So it does appear that over there in Britain, their government is starting to implode. And perfect timing, tomorrow morning, I'm going to be having Will, Crypto Insight UK, on my show. And our brother, he's from UK over there, so maybe he'll have a little bit more insight into the UK situation. But we have the Finance Minister, the Health Minister, and Boris Johnson looking to maintain power, although they're trying to push a vote to replace him. Well-placed source convinced Boris Johnson won't quit even if the 22 change the rules and he loses a VONC. Is that vote of confidence? Yeah. Instead, he'll claim he has a mandate from 14 million voters and will threaten to force an election, but not before deselecting everyone who voted against him. So it is imploding under the Boris Clown Show government operation over there in the UK. And they're not the only country. This is happening worldwide. As we take a look here, supermarkets in the Netherlands. This is from Kim.com, by the way. Supermarkets in the Netherlands, inspired by the Canadian trucker protest farmers in the Netherlands, are blocking major distribution routes in protest against the government. Truckers and farmers show the world how to defeat corrupt politicians anywhere. Okay. One thing, God bless the truckers, God bless the farmers, God bless anyone who's resisting this evil worldwide and standing up for freedom and the values that create a beautiful opportunity for humanity. God bless. But, folks, be prepared, because look at these supermarkets completely wiped out, and we don't know when they're going to get filled back up again. This can happen to you. Everyone across this world, whether you're listening in America, whether you're listening in some other country, God bless you for resisting this New World Order. But folks, in the process, we're going to get into some tough situations. So I want you guys to be prepared. Kim.com continued. He says, end of 2022, protests and civil disobedience. All of 2023, mass protests and riots, looting, big increase in crime rates, burning cities, and total chaos. Get ready for hyperinflation, crashing markets, global economic depression, food and fuel shortages, insane energy prices. I would have to agree with him on all points. This is what we've been talking about on this channel, is having a plan. You want a case in point example? Sri Lanka has less than a day's worth of fuel left as it now deals with hyperinflation. So we've been watching the situation in Sri Lanka getting worse. One of many countries that's spiraling out of control, running out of energy, and they're running out of cash. They're running out of petrodollars to be able to buy natural resources. your oil and getting gas to the pumps is not happening in Sri Lanka. Now, in regards to this economy, where's the direction? The Bank of Canada wants to get inflation from 7.7% in May of 2022 back to a 2% target, similar to America. We're at 8.3, 8.7, whatever BS CPI data number they come up with. The Canadian number's BS as well. Inflation in Canada at 7.7. They want to get it back to the target of 2%. It is trying for a soft landing where it hits the target but doesn't cause a recession. My new analysis shows its success rate is 0% over the past 60 years. So a 5.7 drop has happened 3 times since the 60s, each time after big rate hikes and all with recession. So every single time, well, there's been 3 cases here. The inflation has, gone up to these levels and then dropped 5.7%. A 5.7 drop has happened 3 times, and it's been followed by rate hikes. That's the only thing that they can really do to bring back in demand, to bring back the inflation. So they raise the interest rates, which is basically just rug pulling a debt-based economy, right? So that's why real estate's starting to fold. That's why many other sectors are completely folding as well. The Fed rug pulled the United States economy, and the same thing is happening in these other countries. They have no chance of a soft landing. Most definitely will have a recession. I believe that a recession will be confirmed for this year at the end of this month. Remember, we're already in Q3. The first 2 quarters, in my opinion, are going to come out negative, and that's what the Atlanta Fed tracker, whatever they're doing over there, with the data, with the numbers, they're telling us, they're predicting that Q2 GDP was negative and it was worse than Q1. So it is getting worse, despite what the media tells you, despite what Joe Biden has to say about the standing of the average American household. It most definitely is getting worse. So, and then this is the scary part. Success rate of a soft landing is 0%. Average job loss, 850,000. We're going to lose millions of jobs worldwide, most definitely, and please have a plan. Let's take a look here at the stocks. So first half performance in 2022. I'm not going to go through all these, but you can see some of these big high-flying speculative tech stocks that have been kind of the staple of many portfolios, many people in Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, which is Google, Amazon. These are all down. Apple 23, Microsoft 24, Alphabet, Google, that's 25, Amazon 35. And you look at some of these other ones, even worse. Bitcoin down 60%, Ethereum down 73%, Shopify 74%, Coinbase 80%. So, I mean, we've just been obliterated in the first half of this, and the party is just getting started. I want to take a look here at a specific period in time. Check this out. This person, ABYZ on Twitter. The 2008 market crash happened 44 days after the initial run of the Large Hadron Collider by CERN. So many of you guys know, yesterday they fired back up CERN once again, and now this is like twice as high as it was before. So they're definitely trying to catch a vibe over there at CERN. And I'll let you guys look into that further. But the LHC reactivation also happening during severe market volatility. 44 days later is the day leaving 136 days remaining in the year. Why does that matter? Well, stock market in the English ordinal cipher gematria is 136. So from yesterday's date, July 5th, 44 days out, that's going to give us 136 days left in the year. I want to look out for that date, mid-August. Okay, that time frame from mid-August into September. Be ready, because I think that could be when we're going to reach this bottom, when we will finally bottom out, at least in the stock in the crypto space for a while. So that's kind of what I'm looking. I'm looking for sideways and slightly down to the downside over July, and then into August. I think that's when we're really going to find some pain, but. Yeah, I thought this was kind of an interesting find here, is that 2008 market crash happened 44 days after the initial run of the LHC by CERN. So now, another 44 days from firing it up yesterday, that's going to put us mid-August. We'll see what happens. Just in, crypto exchange Bitstamp announces they will be charging a monthly inactivity fee for users as the bear market weighs on trading volume in the industry. So we are starting to see who is solvent, who's going bankrupt. It was just announced last night that Voyager is going bust as well. Chapter 11 bankruptcy filed. The crypto bank run continues. Your funds are not safe. Not your keys, not your crypto. None of these exchanges are your friend. And this is what we're starting to see. So they attracted all these new users with all of this, 4, 5, 10, even 14, up to 20% returns from some of the more stable, some of the more safe exchanges and plays. Were still giving you 10% on your USDC, 5% on your Bitcoin, whatever it was. They were doing all these things, these incentives to attract users, to get people on their platforms. And of course, the whole space was hype over the last year as we winded down the bull run. And now the party's over, and now they're having to cut back and literally charge monthly inactivity fees. This is almost getting worse than modern day banking. I mean, the bank doesn't charge you an inactivity. I mean, some of them do, but that's what I'm saying. We're getting just as bad here as the traditional finance space that we set out to replace. So what are we doing? What are we doing? This is a cleansing moment, though, that we do have to go through, and I am looking forward to it. I think it's a beautiful thing what's happening now as far as cleaning out the bad actors. Let's get them the hell out of here. Okay. Let's talk about the Hinman emails, which we might get a ruling on this week. Jeremy Hogan says, I think Judge Netburn will rule on the Hinman emails this week, mainly because motions to strike expert witnesses are due next Tuesday. Speaking of which, looking forward to Ripple's motion to strike the expert report of Mr. Duty. It should be a doozy. Yeah. Okay, so we haven't been covering this too much, but we'll see what happens here. Jeremy and many others speculating that we're going to get the ruling on the Hinman emails this week, potentially. So we only have a couple more days left in the week. We will see what happens. Jeremy always seems to be front-running some of these announcements in the lawsuit. Maybe that's just because he's a lawyer. I think that he's, a very, very talented lawyer, and he understands what's going on in this case very well. And I think that he's been making very good calls. So shout out to Jeremy. We appreciate you, brother, for covering this case and helping us doofus morons out here understand what's going on in that courtroom. Even though we know behind the scenes the deals have already been done and that Ripple is in very, very safe hands, and all will be well for XRP holders in the end. Let's continue on, though. So this is what I wanted to title this video, Gold-Backed Crypto, because this was fascinating. Okay, this is Judy Shelton's Twitter account. Okay, and she had a chance here to just respond to this guy, but she decided to retweet, quote him. So XRP be jammin' on Twitter asked Judy Shelton, he tagged her, do you still like this idea? The idea is, I like the idea of a gold-backed currency. It could even be done in a cryptocurrency sort of way. A unified money system. So when you talk about the international marketplace, everyone is playing on a level monetary playing field. This is from Judy Shelton. And why am I forgetting what she used to be? She doesn't have it in her Twitter bio anymore. She was a Fed nominee, wasn't she? Or was she at the Treasury? I should remember this, right? But this is Judy Shelton talking about gold-backed cryptocurrency, how we could reintroduce that gold standard once again. And you guys have to understand, gold standard does not mean 100% backing of the currency. Usually it's about a 40% backing of the currency. So they wouldn't have to back every dollar by gold. Just usually about 40% is what a gold standard is. Now, for me, I really do think that we're about to see all of the commodities tokenized, not just gold. And what you need is you need ledgers that are efficient, scalable, have security, and are cheap and efficient to use. Don't have any downtime. Now, you guys know what ledger I think you guys know what ledger I think has the best program. XRP Jammin is the Twitter handle that asked her this name, and we've already seen her reply to some of the other XRP community members as well. She most definitely knows what's going on with XRP, and they all do behind the scenes, in my opinion. What sort of deals were worked out? I'm not sure. We know that Ripple was in the last White House. Well, they've been in each White House, essentially. They were in Obama's White House, they were in Trump's White House, and they were in the current, whatever's going on in the current clown show, right? And that's really important because it shows that no matter who's quote unquote in power, Ripple has a seat at the table and they're making moves. So we'll see what comes of this. I don't know if America is going to try to push this. I know that there was people like Judy Shelton who've been pushing for that in America. You know, China, Russia, many of these other BRICS nations are sitting on record amounts of gold, so they have the capability to do it. I hope that we still do, but no one really knows where our gold is at besides Rosie Rios, 43rd Treasurer of the United States, who is on the board of directors at Ripple. You see how this thing just goes full circle? I didn't even mean to bring up Rosie knowing where the gold's at, but that's the full circle picture here, guys, is we have everyone everywhere that matters at the Ripple team. Ripple board of directors somehow able to get the 43rd Treasurer of the United States. And I think that Judy Shelton, she was just a Fed nominee. I don't think she ended up getting that. I think, wasn't she the Fed nominee before Trump lost the election? Okay, here another thing that I want to touch on with gold and commodities all getting tokenized, like I just said. Commodities are at their most oversold levels since the collapse in March of 2020, now retracing to their 2-year resistance. Long-term minded investors know what to do here. Yeah, so this is the Bloomberg Commodity Index that we're looking at here, and we've had 3 touches on this 2-year trend line. This 2-year resistance, I am trying to make it into my silver dealer. I've been saying that for a couple weeks to you guys, and I'm always trying to make it in. I only get to go in like once a month if I'm lucky, but I will be trying to pick up some more silver. Don't hold any gold, no exposure to gold, but definitely going to be picking up some more silver, and I do love my precious metals. But you guys know what the deal is here. I don't trade stocks, but I think that the commodities most definitely are oversold, and we're about to see eventually. Now, it might not happen right away, but I think we definitely are going to see a run back up for the commodities, gold, silver, and the others. But during this time where demand is falling off, we're going to see, I think, every sector is going to be coming more further to the downside. So, I think that we could be breaking through this resistance level, but nonetheless, the overall trend for commodities, I think, is long-term bullish. Long-term bullish. That's not financial advice, but I just see that these are the commodities that run the world and have actual value. And during the cheap, funny money times where everyone was getting fat and happy and drunk on our own supply, we were all trading memes, stocks, NFTs, and crap. Okay, so now we're going to come back to real value. We're going to come back to utility, and that's going to be important for the investments that we've made. Fun fact, in 2 weeks, you will be a bigger whale than Jed freaking McCaleb. Okay, interesting point from Stefan Huber, but I do want to point out, we do not know where Jed McCaleb's XRP is going. So although it is great to see Jed's going to be running out, Jed can move on to something else. And we are going to see this XRP price, I think, stop being suppressed here soon, sometime in the next year. I think that a lot of deals have been happening behind the scenes. Jed McCaleb has been part of that. His XRP going to anonymous wallets, whales. Jed McCaleb's been behind the scenes for years. He created Mt. Gox, one of the first Bitcoin exchanges and the largest Bitcoin hack at the time. And then he was able to skirt out of that without getting in trouble. Now here he is, creates XRPL, been selling hundreds of millions and billions of XRP, but he's not included in the XRP lawsuit. How is that possible? And here's one theory to throw out. He's not included in this because he's bailing out the Wall Street friends and family, Federal Reserve players, entities behind the scenes, Treasury Department players behind the scenes. We don't know where his XRP is going. So in exchange for not being included in the lawsuit, he may be selling some of that XRP to basically pay his way out of the case. And I believe that, good guy Gary Never and Jay Clayton, these are all Wall Street characters, guys. And they have no intentions of going after Jed. When you look at where Jed's from, I don't really speak on it, but when you look into Jed, where he's from, where his family's from, he's tied in with all of the entities. And so, he's been left untouched through this whole thing, and he's running out of XRP in the public sphere, but we don't know what's happening behind the scenes with his XRP. But nonetheless, I think that he's not selling it to Joe Blow Schmo on the exchanges. He's not dumping it on the retail secondary market. What's happening is Jed is doing over-the-counter, behind-the-scenes deals to other major players, to potentially banks and financial institutions, to potentially central banks, to potentially governments. Hey, how do you negotiate a deal for his Stellar project? Not only can you give him some Stellar, but you can also give him some XRP. Hey, you want to come build on top of XLM? Well, I'll give you some XRP so you can have that for a reserve currency and to have on your back end, on your balance sheet. And then you can also come build on XLM as well. I'll give you this XRP at a deal. Now, this is just pure speculation, but to me, it is fascinating to see what's been happening with Jed McCaleb throughout his career. And we'll see what happens with Stellar. I've also hedged my bet by holding XLM as my number 2 bag, but nowhere near as much XRP that I hold. And, in the end, will we ever know where his XRP went? Hopefully we find out. The movies and the documentaries that are going to be written and created about this period of time in the crypto space and what happened specifically with the XRP Ripple case are going to be legendary. I mean, just absolutely legendary. And I don't talk about Algorand too much. I always list them out as one of the cryptos that we do like, we are interested in. But I wanted to cover this. This is ALGO. ALGO is the DeFi hub of Algorand, where you can earn interest, borrow, and trade your crypto today. This is not sponsored in any way, of course. But I just came across this last night. And so we have more DeFi coming to the Algorand ecosystem, which is great to see. This update right here, the team at ALGO is excited to announce 2 major upcoming releases. So ALGO V2 protocol plus app launch in late July, ALGO token plus governance launch in late August, and they're going to be upgrading it for an even smoother DeFi experience with some major upgrades coming, full ledger support, no more giant transaction groups, unlimited assets, and our fully composable cross-collateral lending market. I mean, this is looking really good for Algorand, guys. ALGO governance will enable community voting on the future of ALGO. The initial distribution will be made to ALGO LPs based on protocol activity and contribution. ALGO governors will vote on parameters, token emissions, and more. This is good to see. This is really good to see. I still don't hold any Algorand right now. This is not a sponsored post. I don't even hold the token. I will be looking to pick up some when we bottom out over the next few months. Be trying to get some algo on the low. One of the ISO coins that we're a huge fan of, and if you guys haven't already seen what I did where I compared the ICO launch of algo and Ethereum, I compared the two, and it was just so much cleaner done by Algorand. And you guys can find that on the YouTube platform if you guys haven't already seen it. But good comparison of how to do an ICO the proper, fair way and how to do an ICO the illegal securities route with insider trading and backdoor deals. So with that being said, I do appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. You can head to my website if you want to join our exclusive Discord community. You can sign up there, get access to our business development program. Our community covers cryptocurrency, precious metals, real estate, business, and how to navigate the greatest transfer of wealth in world history. And a pretty fun group of folks over there. So if you're looking to join us or get in contact with me, everything is over there at the website. I appreciate all of you guys so much. We will see you in the next episode. Take care and God bless. Thank you.